Hey everybody, your boy Tony from Cali once again. Bro life. Bro life. You know what I'm saying? September the 18th, 2021. You know what I'm saying? Bro life. Out here chilling. Beautiful night tonight. And bro life is about the life of a bro. The life of a brother. Okay? The life of a man. The life of a woman. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your nationality. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. If you're black or white, like Michael Jackson used to say back in the day, it doesn't matter. If you're Chinese, it doesn't matter. This is bro life. Bro life is just about you just telling your story. It's about where you come from, what you've been through. You know? You don't have to be a big celebrity. You don't have to be a big star. You just be yourself. So, this is me. So, people that want to know a little bit about me, Tony from Cali. Okay, where do you want to know? Where do you want to start? You know, we can start from the beginning, but you know what? I can't tell you everything from the beginning because I don't know everything from the beginning. So we're not going to go away from the beginning. We're going to talk about Vegas. A lot of people want to know about Vegas. Tony, what did you do in Vegas? Let's talk about that. I went to Vegas in 2002, 2003. Somewhere in between there. Okay, don't know what month, but I know it was between 2002 2003 when I got there, and I had to I went there to relax, to get away from everything, to start over. Originally I went there I went there for a hair show. My sister, she does hair, well, she used to do hair, and I went there for a hair show, and I was in the hair show. I believe I was in the hair show. Was I in the hair show? I was in a lot of her hair shows and stuff because my hair used to be, the big high top fade, and she used to do the freeze and all that other stuff. And, we used to have some fun with that. And you could dance around and kind of model. Yeah, it was some fun stuff. I used to wear my little suits, my bling bling suits. That was my little style. Big Daddy Kane like. The Big Daddy Kane look, kind of mixed up a little bit. So I went to Vegas in 2002, 2003. Supposed to be out there for 2 weeks to get away from everything. At the time I was going through divorce. Yeah, it was kind of rough. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll come out here for 2 weeks. I was stressing out, and my sister said, okay, come out here for 2 weeks. We came out here for 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, this is tight. I like what I saw. I immediately packed up, and I came back, and I stayed in Vegas the whole time. Next thing you know it, 16, 17, 18 years went by. Okay? That's the quick view of everything right there. Yeah. I stayed, I got jobs, I started working, and man, like I said, 16, 17, 18 years went by. And now I'm back in SAC. But let me just talk about Vegas, what happened. So I got out there, and I said, well, I gotta get a job. So I started looking for jobs. Oh, I forgot about that job. Yeah. So my first job was I had telemarketing. I forgot about that job. I had a lot of jobs out in Vegas. So first job was telemarketing. I was selling something called H2O, hormone growth. Something. I was selling that. I didn't like it. I did it for like a couple days or a week, and I quit that job. I forgot about that job. A lot of jobs I try to blank out, and every job is not for every person. And then after that, let's see. Next job, I think it was a timeshare job. I got the timeshare job with Royal Resort, I think that's what they call it, Royal Resort. So I worked at that job for like a month, and it wasn't for me either, but I did make some sales, but I didn't really like it. It was very, very hardcore type sales. And I went from that job to, I believe it was CompUSA later on. I worked at Nextel Wireless. Nextel, remember Nextel? Nextel used to be big time, selling the radio, the phones, the walkie-talkie phones. That was the big thing with the chirp. I worked there for 3 days. Didn't like it. It paid more money than CompUSA, but I decided I wanted to go to CompUSA because I like the variety. I like dealing with people. I'm a people person, and I like seeing that it was just more in the store to play around with, more toys versus just selling cell phones. I felt like I felt claustrophobic just being in a little small store. Those stores are small. Those little phone stores. They're getting bigger now. They're bigger now, Sprint and all that stuff. But back in the day, they were real small, and Nextel was real small. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be here. And they paid like $1 more, and I was like, nope. And I was making like $9 there and 9 something, and over the other place was 8 something. So like 8.75 or something like that. And I'm just keeping it real. And you know what? I worked at CompUSA, and I worked, and I stayed there for probably about 6 months. And then I met someone, and the guy was from Encore Production, and he was an audio-visual technician. I didn't know what that was. I had no idea. He came in, he was buying 2 DVD burners, and the DVD burners that we call them, DVD recorders, we call them burners. And DVD recorders were very, very expensive back then. And I was like, wow, they were like $600 a pop. He was buying 2 of them. And I guess, he's in the video and stuff. And I was like, man, what do you do? He explained what he did. He said he was an audio-visual technician, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, what is that? He explained it. I said, you got a card? He gave me his card. He told me to check it out. I checked it out. I built a resume, and I got into the industry. Okay? I prayed about it. I didn't just get into the industry. I prayed about it. I said, Lord, if this is for me, show me what I need to do. I had already been a computer technician. I had already been working in the industry building computers, and I've done audio-visual stuff, all my life, but I didn't realize that I could implement that into that, but I thought I could, so I prayed about it. And when I built my resume, it all lined up. All the pieces of the puzzle came together. So that was pretty incredible. Very incredible to me. So I went from a computer technician to a audio-visual technician. Audio meaning dealing with audio. Check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's audio. Visual, what we're doing right now, recording ourselves. Video, recording, outputs, inputs. Knowing the different terminology that they use in the industry. What type of connection do you need for your television? Is it composite? Is it component? Is it HDMI? Is it SDI? Is it VGA? Is it CRT? What type of input do you need or output? So learning those terms. Did I go to school for that? No. I went to school for electronics. Electrical. I should have been a electronics technician. That should have been my position in life, according to my school. But I didn't finish school. Okay, I dropped out of school. Keeping it real, I dropped out. It wasn't that it was hard. It was just that it was inconvenient for me at the time. I was working at Burger King. It was really, really rough, and I was going through a rough time in my life. I was 18 years old, and 18, 19 years old. You don't know what you want, and I just quit and came back to California. I was going to DeVry Institute of Technology. A lot of pressure was on my mom at the time. A lot of pressure was on me, paying back the financial loans and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? Forget that junk. I said, bunk that funky junk. So that's what I did. Somebody just being nosy. Keep on driving. They see my little light. Try to figure out what I'm doing. I'm broadcasting. That's what I'm doing. The nosy mugs. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So, I said, bunk that funky junk. That's what I said. And then when I said that, I immediately came back to Las Vegas. Came back to Sacramento. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I went to DeVry Institute of Technology in Arizona. You can hear all the airplanes now. I know the audio's not all that great. What is that? Is that airplane? Okay, whatever. This is Bro Life, so I'm keeping it real. With Bro Life, this is what we do. We make videos, because I'm an audio-visual technician. I'm making audio right now, and I'm making visual, giving you guys visual information. Okay? Forget the airplanes. This is Bro Life. We keep it real. We don't have to edit that out. We just keep it real. We're rolling. We're rolling on September the 18th, 2021. You know what I'm saying? Time is 11:21. Okay? 11:21 on the smartphone. I keep it real. 2021. So, yeah. I dropped out of school. This is Bro Life. I came back to Sacramento, and from Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I was going to school at. And what happened after that? Started working. I got jobs. I didn't even think I could get. First of all, I started off. I think I came back, started working at Burger King. You know, not the best job in the world, but I came back and I got the job that I knew that I could do, because I worked at Burger King in Phoenix, Arizona. I was trained to be somewhat of a crew leader or a manager, and then I actually moved back to Sacramento. I actually became a manager at Burger King on Del Paso Boulevard. Okay, I walked in, I looked in their kitchen, and I said, you know what, that ain't right. I went to the interview. I said, you know what, you see back there, I talked to the man. I can still remember the way the manager looked at me. He was a very, very geeky looking manager. Had his glasses and everything. He just looked so nerdy. And I can still remember. I looked at him. I said, hey, look in your kitchen back there. Look back there. And he looked in there. He said, what do you mean? I said, look in there. Do you see anything wrong? And I started pointing out all the wrong things. I started pointing out things that was not right. And it just wasn't efficient. So then I told him, I said, you know what? I'll tell you what, I can start working for you guys. He was interviewing me in the lobby. You know how they interview people in the lobby when you're working these little jobs. You know, they don't have an office. They interview you in the lobby with people eating. So he was interviewing me. It was so funny now I look back at it. And I said, man, look in your kitchen, man. Your kitchen is jacked. He said, what you mean? I said, look what's going on. You got stuff on the floor, this and that happening. That girl over there, she don't know what she's doing. They're taking too long on the orders. There was just a lot of things I seen. And the reason why is because I had been trained. Okay? It just wasn't an overnight thing. I was out there in Arizona for like a year and a half. You know, the guy who trained me, I forgot the guy's name who trained me, but he was a brother. He trained me, and he was like, he showed me how to do things that I thought I could never do. Because I started working at McDonald's in Sacramento, and the one on Northgate, which is still there. I went there the other day and got me a Big Mac, and I didn't like it. And they put me on fries. I didn't like fries. I wasn't that good. I couldn't get the fries. I couldn't get the rhythm or whatever it was, and I didn't like it. I wanted to do Big Macs. I said, man, I want to do Big Macs. And the dude said, no, you can't do Big Macs yet. You got to move up. You got to work your way up to Big Macs. You got to start on fries. So I didn't like it, and I quit. He started talking smack to me or something. I think I started talking smack to him too. I said, man, I quit. I'm out of this. Bunk this funky junk. I said, bunk this funky junk. So that's what I did. And then after I did that, I had a complex thing that I could not do fries. And then when I got to Phoenix, Arizona, the first thing they're gonna do, I start working at Burger King. They're gonna say, we're gonna put you on fries. I said, oh man. I said, man, not fries, bro. Can't you put me on lettuce? Anyway, so he put me on fries. And when he put me on fries, I was like, oh man. And I was kind of negative about it. And then all of a sudden, my brother came over there and he said, man, let me show you this, man. he started showing me how to scoop the fries, and he was playing around with me, and he was being real cool. He was a cool brother too. I forgot that dude's name, man. He was a good dude, and he showed me how to do fries, and he made it interesting to me, and I got to be like the best. I'm not exaggerating. I got to be the best at fries. And I was scooping them so fast and doing all kinds of stuff and spinning around, and I was like dancing and I turned it into like a crazy artwork. I don't even want to know what you want to call it. And everybody would be looking at me, and it just became like an artwork, like the bartenders, how they flip the bottles and do all kinds of stuff. I started doing all that with the fries. I was like, yeah, this is time, and I was just having fun with it. And I got so good. I remember we had this big old parade, you know, like the big Macy parade they have. We had the big parade coming down, what was it called? Camelback Street? I'm trying to think of the name of the street. The main street. I can't remember the main, 27th Street. I can't remember the name of the street. But it was like a big, giant parade, just like the Macy's parade, okay? Probably not as big as that, but it felt like it. And it was just hundreds of people inside of McDonald's and stuff. And they were just like thousands, and they was asking for fries. And I was like, I was scooping them up so quick. I was like, yeah, drop 2 more. I was dropping the baskets down, and I would drop like 4 baskets down, and just scooping them up real quick. And I had like a big old mountain of fries. A big old mountain of fries inside the little fry thing. It was exciting. And everybody's like, dang, I didn't know you could make that many fries. And I had like a big old mountain. I was just scooping them out real quick, scooping them out real quick, scooping them out real quick. That was like one of the most fantastic days I ever had in life. I'm serious. It was exciting, and it was just very exhilarating, because I was just moving so fast, and everybody was watching me, and it felt like I was on like I was on a show or something, you know. But yeah, I remember that parade. I can't remember the name of it or nothing, but yeah, I was like 18 years old, you know, doing that. So, you know, it's hard to go back and remember all that. I'm 58 now. Okay, so you try to do the math on that. It was like 30 years ago. Trying to remember all that. That's hard. But I do remember it. So, to make a long story short, and like I said, this is bro life, so it might be long. You know, we say it's going to be short, but it might be long. You just got to just pay attention. This is bro life. Okay? I learned how to do fries, and after I learned how to do fries, I learned how to do Whoppers. Okay, it wasn't no Big Macs. It was Whoppers, and then double Whoppers, and then double Whoppers with cheese. Whoppers with cheese, I'll take that next. It was Whoppers, and then Whoppers with cheese, and then double Whoppers, and then double Whoppers with cheese. I learned how to do all the hamburgers and stuff. You know, 3 pickles, two swirls of ketchup, 3 swirls of mustard, or whatever. No, 3 swirls of ketchup, 2 swirls of mustard. Boom, I would do that real fast. I was doing the hamburgers real fast, and the fries. I became a master, like like those kung fu masters and stuff. I became a master of Burger King techniques. Okay, flame broiler. Don't even want to talk about that. The flame broiler. See, other places, what do? They fry your hamburgers. McDonald's fry your hamburgers or whatever, patties, they grab them and they throw them in, and they fry them. We don't fry them. Flame broil. Read my lips. Flame broil. Flame broil. Flame broil. I gotta say it again. Flame broil. It's been a long time since I said that. You put the patties on the broiler. They go down the little conveyor belt thing into the broiler. And the flame just boom, and you have to have it at the right temperature and everything. You have to know how to do all that, and then you got to know how to break the broiler down and clean the broiler. The broiler had to be cleaned. I think it was, I'm trying to remember how often we cleaned it. I think it had to be cleaned like every couple days or something like that, or every night. I can't remember. It might have been every night. You had to break down the broiler and take it all apart, all the little things, and clean it. But flame broil, okay? So you're dropping so many Whoppers down. You're looking at the screens. You got computer screens up there. The old CRT green screens and stuff. You didn't have color, okay? It was green screens, and you're looking at the stuff coming up on the monitors, and you're going, okay, yeah, how many Whoppers they want? You're looking at the drive-through because orders are coming in on drive-through. You got orders that are coming in on the counter, and like, dang, they want 2 Whoppers over here, they want 2 Whoppers over there, they want a double Whopper over here, and you got to calculate that in your head, okay? This is mathematician stuff now that we're talking about. You got to be able to count. That's why I go to school. I'm telling you guys out there, go to school, learn how to count. Okay, people got to learn how to count. That's very important. Okay, learn your ABCs and stuff too. So, yeah, I had to look at the screens, kind of monitor the screens, figure out what they make. Okay, they want a Whopper Junior. What's a Whopper Junior? Okay, Whopper Junior is a hamburger. It's just a basic hamburger patty, but now we're going to put all the Whopper stuff on there. We're going to call it a Whopper Junior. You got hamburger patties, and then you got the bigger patties. You got Whopper patties, and you got hamburger patties. So you got to learn how to distinguish all that. You got to know how many swirls of ketchup, how many swirls of mustard. It wasn't no automatic machine. I think they got automatic machines now. It wasn't no automatic machine. The drinks, you could fill up the drinks. You got to know how to fill the drink up. Now they got automatic drinks for the people to fill up the drinks. We didn't have that. So you had to, boom, everything had to be precise. Your hand movement, you had to know what was going on. You had to be a master sensei of Burger King. Okay? So that's what I had to do, and I'm keeping it real. That's bro life. And, yeah. So after I did that, the training, mastered everything in the kitchen, knew how to do onion rings. Y'all know how to do onion rings too. Fries is different from onion rings. You gotta know how to drop onion rings, drop fries, how long it's gotta be. The beep's gotta go off, beep, 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 beep. You gotta know when to pull it up. You gotta know how to package it. You gotta know how to wrap the Whoppers. That was one of the big things. I was very fast at wrapping them, wrapping the sandwiches real fast. I was like, dang, how did he do that? How did he do that? Everybody say that. How did he do that? Okay? A master sensei of Burger King technology. They also have a Burger King University too. They do. BKU. Keeping it real. This is real. I'm not lying. BKU. If it still exists, they sent you to BKU. That's when you get into management, they want to send you to BKU and blah blah blah. And you learn about more finances and whatever. Okay. Anyway, so I learned all this stuff. I dropped out of school. I had about 1.5 years of Burger King out there, becoming the master sensei kung fu master. Yeah. Dropped out, came back to California. First thing was in my mind was, I need a job. Okay? I'm like 19 years old now. Okay, 19 and a half, almost 20 years old. I said, well, I need a job. So, I go to Burger King on Del Paso Boulevard. And I go through the interview process. Like I said, it was this nerdy looking manager, white dude, manager, nerdy looking, glasses. I still remember the look on his face to this very day. He was skinny guy, not heavy set, just skinny, just like a nerd. I can't even try to describe somebody that looked like him. But when we sat down, he interviews me. People in there eating their Whoppers and everything in the restaurant. And I'm looking around. I'm like, man, look over there, man. The floor needs a sweep. Man, look at that. Look at over there. Look over there. Look at the counter. Look what's going on. Look at her. She's all confused over there. And I'm pointing out things to him. I'm like, man, look in your kitchen, man. And as soon as I tell him, I said, look in your kitchen. He said, man, what? And he turns back and he looks in the kitchen. And he's like, what's going on? I said, stuff is jacked, man. The stuff, your kitchen is not running efficiently. I didn't say jacked, but I think I said, everything is not right. You got to know how to talk. You got to know what to say. I said, things are not right. I said, there needs to be some changes. I tell you what, I'm going to come in and I'm going to work for you guys and we're going to get this stuff straightened out. I didn't beg for the job. I didn't sit there and go, oh, please, are you going to hire me? I'm a very good worker. I have experience. I didn't do none of that kind of stuff. I said, you know what? I'm going to come in. Got to be aggressive sometimes. I've been like that in certain situations, and it pays off. Not always, it's not good to be aggressive, but this time it paid off. I said, hey, I'm going to come in. We're going to make some changes. I'm going to come in. We're going to fix this, okay? I'm gonna start working for you guys. I can start this week. When do you need me? You want me to come in today? You want me to start today or tomorrow? I said I'll start tomorrow. And the guy said, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. He said, he was looking like this. His head was just going back and forth. It was just so funny. I can still remember the look. It just, that was a funny moment to me. And I forgot about it. It's been so long. So after that, I think his name was Dennis. Yeah, I think the guy's name was Dennis. Okay. And I said Dennis, like Dennis the Menace. And I said, man, Dennis, man, this ain't right, bro. Your restaurant is not running efficiently, man. Anyway, enough of that. So after that, what did I do? Came in. Oh, in the interview, this is the funny part right here. In the interview, he says, okay, we need to get your size uniform that you're going to be wearing. I said, I have my own uniforms. That's how deep I was in Burger King. I had my own uniforms from the other Burger King, right? I think I had like 5 sets of uniforms or whatever. I had a bunch. I had more than 5. Because I've been there a year, so I had collected extra ones, and I was like, you know what? I got my own uniforms. I said, I have my own uniforms. Don't worry about that. I knew the regular color. We was wearing the burgundy tight-looking pants and stuff, and we had the Burger King hats and stuff. Man, I'd like to get one of those again. I might look at that on eBay. I might just go around and start wearing Burger King hat again. I like to do things that's different. You know what I'm saying? Just trip people out. Where you work at Burger King? Anyway, I have no shame in my game. I'm just keeping it real. This is bro life. Back to bro life. This is what we do, bro life. So, bro life, we tell it like it is. Some of it at the time, some things was embarrassing, and then sometimes you gotta just, put it out there. Years later, like 30 years later. Like I said, 18 to 58. You do the math. I think I'm hitting my steering wheel. Sorry about that. So, I got my camera mounted on the steering wheel, so yeah, whatever. So what I want to say is that after I got the job, came in there, I kind of like took over. I took over. I said, we had like 4 people in the kitchen or something like that, and it was just not doing right. I said, man, everybody just, I started telling people what to do. First of all, I was like, hey, get a sweep and a mop in the kitchen right now. Get a sweep and a mop. Larry, I learned their names real quick. Larry, get a sweep and a sweep and a mop in the kitchen. What's the lady's name? Sally, you need to go over there and get some more onion rings. Drop some more onion rings real quick. Paul, go over there and drop some more Whoppers. We need about 15 more Whoppers. Drop 15 more Whopper patties. And I was just boom. And I said, you know what? You guys stand back for a minute. Stand back. Because it was wrapping stuff too slow. It wasn't working fast enough. It wasn't efficient. I went in there and just boom. Started just moving real fast. I said, you know what? Bam, 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 bam. Start moving. Next thing you know it. It was sad though. I hate to say about this. The people got sent home. Yeah, people got sent home. Because I started just boom, becoming that master sensui. I don't know what you want to call it. A master of arts. Doing everything. Boom. I can't explain it, but it was like this movie I saw today with this blind man. I guess it might be an old movie, it might be a new movie, and he was just whooping everybody's butt, but he was blind. You know what I'm saying? The thugs was coming after him, he was just whooping everybody's butt. So I felt like that. And I was dropping the fries, doing this, doing that. So they finally sent Sally home. Then they sent Bill home, and then they sent Tim and whatever their names were. They sent everybody home and just had me running the whole kitchen. I was just running the whole kitchen. I was like, that's nice. But then, it wasn't nice because I kind of like, now they don't have to pay all that labor out no more. They're just paying me to run everything, and it became more pressure. But later on, I explained to the people how to do you have to train people to do what you're able to do. You can't do everything. So I had to train the people to learn how to wrap the burgers faster and learn how to look at the screens and kind of think in your head and go, okay, you know what, man, they want 10 Whoppers. Let me make sure I got at least 10 Whoppers coming through the flame broiler at a certain time, because you got to time it all out. The Whoppers take a little time to come through that machine. They don't just go through it real quick. So if you start to see orders pop up, you need to start dropping meat. Start dropping meat, boom. Start dropping fries. Hey, how many fries is up there? Man, that's about 10 fries. You need to drop the fries. You need to drop the meat. So by the time it comes through the flame broiler, boom. And then the fries is cooking, and when the fries is cooking, it's gonna go off, beep, 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 beep. You already know. You just flip around in a circle. I used to flip around, do like a Michael Jackson spin around, and then boom, get the fries, drop those real quick, and then go back to the burgers. Get the swirls of ketchup, boom. I use 2 hands at a time. I'll be doing 2 Whoppers at one time, boom. Then maybe 4 Whoppers. 4 Whoppers at one time, just making them real quick, boom. And just look at the screen real quick. Just look, 2 Whoppers, double Whopper, boom, double Whopper with cheese. And it was this system. Can't do that now, though. Too old. I'm too old to be doing all that. Whew. That hurt my mind, my back, and everything else thinking about all that. Bro life. Keeping it real. That's what bro life do. I'm keeping it real. I can't do all that now. 58. I want to just chill and relax in the car like I'm doing right now. Make a video. That's my new life. Bro life. Bro life 101. 2021. So anyway, that sounds good though. Yeah, sound good. So anyway, a reason I brought that up is because I think we started talking about jobs, and I told you it didn't work out for me at McDonald's. Okay, it didn't work out for me at what other job I had? I had a bunch of jobs, but I can't remember. A lot of jobs didn't work out for me. Just put it that way. We'll go into other ones detail later. But a lot of jobs didn't work out. And even Burger King. I worked at Burger King. I worked out here probably for, I don't know, a year, maybe a year or 2. And I had to move on. There's limitations. You get burnt out on jobs. Not just jobs, but maybe personalities, co-workers. There's a lot of different things that can go along with the job. So you get burnt out. So I moved on. I think I went from Burger King, and then I went back into, I wanted something technical. I wanted a technical job. I didn't want the fast pace of just working, and the money wasn't all that great. I was making $4.25. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got promoted to manager. Yeah. Ooh, now I'm making the big bucks. I got promoted to manager. So whatever the base pay was, I think it was $3.35 at the time. I got promoted to $4.25 as a manager. More responsibility. Watching over the employees. Watching over the inventory. Watching over the money. All this I got promoted to. And it was not satisfying. Because I know I should be making more money. I shouldn't be making more than $4.25 an hour. Okay, I'm trying to think what year this was. We're talking about 1983, maybe 1982, 1983, somewhere around there. I should have been making more money. I thought I should have been making more money, and it didn't work out. So I was out of there, moved on. Where did I go from there? I went from Burger King to I think I went from Burger King to Hewlett Packard. Yeah. I went to Burger King to Hewlett Packard. And Hewlett Packard, I can't remember exactly. I got to go back and look at my log there. But I think I went from Burger King to Hewlett Packard. And then Hewlett Packard was like $6.35. Okay, yeah, sounds funny. But Hewlett Packard was like $6.35. I was out there for like 3 years. Yeah, that's where I'm making big money now. Yeah, I got my name badge. I'm not working fast like that anymore, fast pace. I'm working at a slower pace, but now I felt more dignified. You could dress nice, walk in Hewlett Packard. It was good, great. But then I thought I should be making even more money. It's always a level up. You always want to make more money. And I worked for Hewlett Packard for 3.5 years. And I kind of messed up out there a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I messed up, bro life. I did some bad stuff. And next thing you know it, boom, I messed up. And I got fired from Hewlett Packard. Yeah. And after I got fired from Hewlett Packard, I was like, man, my life is over. My life is over. I thought my life was over. I'm like 25. And I was like, I think I was like 26 or 27, maybe. I said, man, my life is over. 26. And all of a sudden, I got another job. Because my life wasn't over. Because we don't know. You know, you get fired from a good job. You think it's a good job. And you're thinking, okay, what am I going to do, right? So I went from Hewlett Packard to Packard Bell. But before I went to Packard Bell, I took a dip. I went down into another job. I forgot about that. I worked for Chatfield Automotive on Del Paso Boulevard. I went back to Del Paso Boulevard again. Back in the hood, back in the hood, back in the hood. You know, finding something that's familiar. And I used to work on my cars all the time. I had a bunch of cars all the time, junk cars. And I said, you know what? I think I can work here. So I started working in a wrecking yard. And things that you know, you kind of use those skills. So I learned a lot of stuff I never thought I was gonna ever do. I went to Norte Del Rio during the summer, and I learned auto mechanics. So I learned, you know, how automobiles were put together and combustion engine and the whole 9 yards. So I learned about cars during that summer program. And I had a bunch of cars. I used to have a 1973 Riviera, then I had a Monza, and I had a Chevy, and I had Cadillac. I used to have all kind of cars. We used to get cars really cheap back in the day. You get cars for $100 and $50 you can get a car back in the day. It's crazy. But so I decided, I got the job at Chatfield Automotive, and I was just supposed to be a driver. I was supposed to be a delivery driver, you know, picking up parts, dropping off parts, from steering wheel columns to transmissions to you name it, and engines. You know, go pick up an engine. They send me out to one wrecking yard to go get an engine, pick the engine up, and take it, and then I had to clean the engine. Sometimes I had to clean it, so I take it to the car wash, and I had special chemicals, degreasing materials, and cover up the carburetor and cover up this with plastic, and spray the engine down and clean it, and then resell it. Yeah, it's a reselling business. It was crazy. So I learned a lot about that. And I did that for about a year and a half. And then I got fed up with the things that were happening. New management was coming in, and new management came in. My boss had just passed away. He was his name was Tom Bryant. I remember him very well. He was a good guy. He used to holler and scream at me sometime though. Get out there and do this and do this and that. But he was a good guy, and he made his money. He was a making money guy, and he passed away. Had a brain aneurysm. I'm not saying it right, but you guys know what I'm saying. And he passed away. And after he passed away, new management came in. Dang, I forgot the guy's name, but I didn't like that guy. I forgot his name. I did not like that guy. I wonder if he's still there. I actually went back up to Chatfield Auto. I think we might put a clip. Bam. We might put a clip of what this place looks like in this video. If I decide to edit it in, you'll see it. Okay, Chatfield Auto Dismantlers. It's not Chatfield anymore. It's a new name. The new name. Bam. You might see it in this video. I don't know if we're gonna put it in there or not, but yeah. So anyway, I went up there like I think I went there a couple weeks ago, and I took some pictures, but I just haven't put them in my I put them. They're still in my phone. They're still in this phone right here. So we're gonna edit them in. Okay, this is what it looks like now. Bam. Bro Life. But it's not Chatfield Automotive anymore. It's a new company name. I don't know what the name of it is. You'll see it though. Anyway, yeah. So I worked there. I got burnt out. And management was crazy. I didn't like the new guy who was trying to run everything, and he was telling me. He told me. I remember the last thing he told me. He says, "I had my VHS camcorder, always doing video, like I'm doing now, and I had my VHS camcorder." And I was painting the doors. He wanted me to paint the doors orange or whatever. I was painting the doors. And I have a camcorder on, you know, recording myself painting the doors and stuff. And he told me turn off my camera. And I understand that now from, from a business standpoint. I understand the reason behind that, but he was just being a jerk at the time. Or at least I thought he was being a jerk. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was just doing it, because it's a business thing. And he said, I need to turn my camcorder off. And I used to always have my camcorder on when I'm like working out there in the what they call it, the yard. When I would be tearing apart the cars, you had to tear apart the cars and take out the steering wheel column and the A-arms and get underneath the car and take off little parts that, the customers would need. So I was a parts puller. I became a parts puller. I wasn't supposed to be a parts puller. I was hired as a driver, delivery driver, pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off, and then later on, my boss kind of tricked me into taking on more responsibility, because he was like, hey, we want you to start pulling some parts now. Not everything, not big stuff, not transmissions and engines, but whatever. Just help the guys out, because there was only 2 guys that was the parts pullers. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't know nothing about that. I was trying to get out of it. And he was like, well, you're going to learn. Here's your brand new toolbox right now. I said, I don't have no tools, man. He said, we got you brand new tools right here. So he got me a socket set and toolbox or whatever. And I had to go out there and start pulling stuff, mufflers and whatever, just little stuff. But you got to get underneath the car, and you're in there, breaking your knuckles and stuff, doing this stuff. And I knew how to do some of that stuff, but I was trying to get out of it. So, to make a long story short, and this is not going to be short, because this is bro life. We don't make no long. This is bro life. Anyway, so I got fed up with that. I got fed up with the new management, and I said, it's got to be something better that I can do. And you're not going to believe what I was making an hour. I was making $5 an hour. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was the big thing right there. I was working pretty hard for $5 an hour. I was all greasy. My face was like real black, like my beard. My face was like my beard. And I had overalls on every day, and I'd come home and I'd just be like tired. I just got married at the time, I think. And, we only had 1 car, so my wife picked me up. She dropped me off, picked me up. I said, I don't need the car. You keep the car all day for whatever you need to do. Go get groceries, whatever. Take care of the kids. So she picked me up, and then, and it was this, that's bro life, keeping it real. I worked my butt off at that place. I worked there for like 1.5 years. And the next thing you know, like I said, I got fed up and had to move on. So the last thing he said to me, the new manager, after my boss passed away, he said, turn off your camera, turn off your camcorder. And you know how I am about my videos. I said, I was broadcasting back then, okay? That was the beginning of my broadcasting days. Actually, way before that, but I was like, come on, man. I'm documenting my work. Basically, I was documenting my work. I was painting the doors. I'm not supposed to be painting doors. He knew I wasn't supposed to be painting doors. I'm supposed to be a delivery driver, but you got me painting doors and feeding the dogs. The dogs is in the back. Those were some bad days. I'm thinking about it now. $5 an hour, remember? $5 an hour. So I put up with a lot of stuff, and the next thing you know it, he told me, turn off my camera. I turned off my camera. I was mad. I would think I was cussing back then a little bit, because I was like, man, this is bull. Bunk that funky punk. That's what I said. Anyway, so I turned off my camera, got on my phone. We didn't have no cell phones back then. Went to a payphone. I called up Packard Bell, because I just did an interview with them. Or I was getting ready to do an interview with them. I think I just did an interview. I did an interview with them, and they were supposed to call me back. They didn't call me back. So I called them back. And I said, hey, I did an interview with you guys last week, blah, 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 for this position. It was a tester position. $7.75 an hour. I remember that to the exact amount. I remember it to this day. And I said, hey, I'm interested in that position. I can do the position. I want to start with you guys. When can I start? Can I start, this week? Blah, blah, blah. They said yes. They said, you can start this week. Blah, blah, blah. You got to go do your drug test or whatever you need to do, whatever. And I did that. And I got the job. I left. I walked out of there. I didn't go back. I was gone. I didn't give no 10-day notice, no 1-day notice, no none of that. Because I was fed up. I was at my boiling point. So that's what you do. You go from one job to the next, to the next, to the next. Sometimes you do that in life, you know. And I did that, you know. I made up my mind to leave. Didn't have to worry about getting fired. Just quit. Yeah, I had a family to take care of. I had all this stuff, but I knew that I didn't quit until I knew I had the other job lined up. So I made the call. The guy told me, "Yeah, you got the job." I said, "Okay, I'm out of here." Bunk this funky junk. Y'all gotta remember that. That's my slogan. Okay? Bunk this funky junk. I don't cuss. I want to cuss sometimes, but bunk that funky junk. Remember that. Bro life. So after I did that, I got the job. Hewlett Packard, worked there. It was great. I loved it. You know, get to dress up nice, get your little badge, come in. I was a computer tester. I was not a technician yet. I was a computer tester. Computers come down the assembly line, boom, bam. I got like 4 to 6 computers, I think, in my little cubby hole thing, and they're coming down the conveyor belt. You plugging them up. You plugging up the cables, the video cables, the audio cables, whatever. You plugging them up and you testing them up, and you got diagnostic software to test them. Okay, boom, boom, boom. This one's working, cool. Send it out. This one's working, good. This one's not working. You send it down another little, whatever, conveyor belt. And you know, you send it down with a little fail tag. If it's a bad computer that's not working, something's wrong, then you put a tag on it, what's wrong with it, and you send it to the technicians. I was not a technician yet. So I'm doing this job, and I'm doing it for a while. I forgot how long I did it exactly. I don't know. It wasn't that long, though. Maybe it was like, I feel like a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then all of a sudden, this guy comes up to me, you know, he's a tester too, and he's like, wanting to do resumes for everybody. And he said, yeah, they're getting ready to hire some technicians and blah, blah, blah. And you want a resume? You want me to make a resume for you? And he said, he charged $10. And I was like, all right. I didn't know nothing about resumes at the time. This was like I'm telling you, everything was new. And I didn't have a resume. He was like, I charge you $10. I'm like, yeah, you can be a technician over there, and they get paid a little bit more. They get paid like $10 an hour. And I said, oh man, really? I said, cool. So he, what did he do? Yeah. He made me a resume on his typewriter. This is how old school this is. People didn't have computers. Everybody didn't have computers back then, because computers was a lot of money. There's $2,000 and $3,000 for a computer. Everybody didn't have computers. There wasn't no laptops and stuff around for people to be doing stuff on either. Okay, we had big old beige towers if you had a computer in your house. A beige tower. With no gaming computer and all that other stuff that you got nowadays. Your little spoiled mugs. I'm just kidding. I got some good sense of humor. I'm sorry. Little spoiled mugs with laptops and MacBooks and MacBook Pros. We didn't have all that stuff back then. We was poor. Anyway, this guy said he's gonna make a resume for me. He's gonna charge me $10. He's gonna do it on a typewriter. That's a typewriter. You guys don't know what that is. You little spoiled mugs nowadays. Do everything on your phone. Your phone is your computer. So anyway, he did my resume, charged me $10. After he did my resume, I said, man, that sounds good, man. Everything he was putting on there was sounding good. We was talking about it. And, you know, he just knew how to articulate everything on paper really, really good. And I was like, man, that's great. That sounds good, man. I didn't know that was called that. Because I was still like kind of, you know, still learning things at the time. And I knew about stuff, but I didn't know how to say it, you know, like it should be said. So I was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. That sounds good, man. He said, we're going to put on here that you know how to low-level and high-level format drives and do this and do that. And he's making it sound all high-tech. And I was like, man, that sounds good. He hooked it up. I went into the interview. After I went to the interview, supervisor, he looked at me. He says, hey, you know what? do you know how to low level and high level format this drives and do this and do that? And I said, yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. He said, well, explain it to me. He wanted me to explain it the way it was written on the paper. And I was like, oh, man. He said, you're not really that sure, are you? I said, yeah, I know how to do it, but I just don't know how to say it exactly. He says, you know what? He said, I'm going to go ahead and give you the job because I believe you can do the job. But, you know, this resume looks very familiar. He said, this resume looks very familiar because a bunch of other people put in resumes too. And it looks very familiar. He said, you get somebody to do your resume? I said, yeah, I did. And he said, okay, well, that's what was going on. He knew, but he still gave me the job. He still gave me the chance. And he liked my personality and, you know, go-getting act. And he knew that I was also working on the line as a tester. And I had computer experience, you know, from working at home and stuff. So the thing about it is, and for working at Hewlett-Packard too. So he gave me the job. I got in, boom, started working as a computer technician. $10 and something an hour, I think. I think it was $10.50 an hour. And I was at the top of my game. I'm like, man, $10.50? I ain't used to making that kind of money. I'm used to making $3 and $4 an hour. I'm making 10. You see what I'm saying? So progressively, this is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you just got to keep on grinding, as they call it. You keep on grinding. You got to keep on improving on yourself. You know, it's about selling yourself. And I think that's what I want to talk about. This is Bro Life. I'm keeping it real. I'm breaking down a lot of stuff that's real that happened in my life. But, you know, nowadays it's a lot different. You know, everything now, I guess all your interviews and stuff might be on Zoom. It might be on Zoom. It might be like what we're doing right now, video. This might be your interview. So you had to sell yourself. Learn the terms, learn the terminology behind whatever you're trying to get involved in. Whether it's what they do in Vegas all the time, concierge. I'm trying to think what they call it. The food game, you know, the food industry. You know, you learn all the different terms. So whatever you're trying to get into, and that's what I had to do. It's getting kind of chilly. So this is Bro Life. I gotta let up the windows. You know what I'm saying? We out here September the we out here September the 18th. It's getting kind of chilly now. Let the windows up. Keeping it real. I'm in the 150. Okay. This is Bro Life. We're gonna let the windows up and chill for a minute. Okay. So once again, you know, Bro Life. Sorry to make that such a long story, but I just wanted to say that, you know, you got to get out there and you got to work towards what you're trying to get involved in. When I built my resume, after he built my resume, I learned to continue to build resumes after that. I got real good at describing things. I don't care whether it's the simplest thing that you can do or something that you've done in your life. It might be very simple, but making it sound a lot more impressive than what it really is. And this is not to take away from, you know, other people that have resumes that maybe they're very, very impressive, you know, by the colleges and things that they went to and that type of thing. Yeah, I put that down. I went to DeVry Institute of Technology. That's on my resume. I never say I graduated with honors and I got a 4.0. I never put all that kind of stuff on there because that's lying. So, did I go to DeVry Institute of Technology? Yes. Did I attend DeVry Institute of Technology? Yes. Did I graduate? No. Do I put no, I did not graduate? No, I don't put that on there. So it's about editing. You put what sounds good, and then you leave it alone, and then you move on to the next one. Did I go to American River College? Yes, I did. I went to American River College for like 3 months or something like that. Okay? It's on my resume. I had 2 years. Now, I did have 2 years of electronics in high school. ROP, Regional Occupation Program. Okay? ROP, Regional Occupation Program. We talked about that, and I think on my last Bro Life, one of my Bro Life videos. If I haven't talked about it, we will talk about it. That's pretty deep. regional occupation program. So I did that for 2 years, U.S. Army Depot, and also at Foothill High School, and where was the other place? Frontier Radio. I wonder if they still exist. We might drive over there at Auburn Boulevard. I wonder if they still exist. Frontier Radio. I don't think they probably do. But they were like electronics radio repair place. And I worked in the shop with older gentlemen who were, and learned to trade. Learned to build power supplies and all that kind of stuff. Bridge rectifiers and all that kind of stuff. You know, yeah. So, I went to school for electronics. Did I graduate? No. Did I attend? Yes. Put the things that are important. Build your resume. That's all I'm saying right now when I talk about this in Bro Life. Build your resume according to what you have done, what you have learned, and don't look back. Don't stress out on what you didn't achieve. Talk about what you do know about, and look for the position that's adequate to what you're able to do. Okay? That's what Bro Life is about. Keeping it real. If you take out the garbage every day, you might be a garbage man. You might want to become a garbage man. They make pretty good money too. You take the garbage out every day. You know how to throw the garbage in the dumpsters and things like that. You could be a garbage man, but you don't say you want to be a garbage man. You say you want to be a sanitation engineer. Now, how does that sound? That sounds good, don't it? I would like to be a sanitation engineer because I've worked with the environmental blah, 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 whatever. Learn the terms of the job that you're trying to get into. Learn the terms of the job that you're trying to get into. I wanted to be an audiovisual technician, so I had to go all the way back to anything that related to audio and visual. I go all the way back to my childhood years of when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. What did I play with? In high school and junior high, what did I like to do? I used to mess around with video equipment back then. Cameras. What kind of cameras? The same kind of cameras I have right now in my Bros M that I'm building right now. I'm building the Bros M, the Broadcaster Museum, the Bros M, the Broadcaster Museum, the Bros M, the Broadcaster Museum. Get it in your head because it's happening. It's happening whether you want it to happen or not. Because as a man thinketh, you heard of that. Yeah. So if you think of something, you can achieve it. I went back and I said, man, when I was 17 years old, when I was 16 years old, when I was 15 years old, I had TVs. I had, black and white TV. Okay? You guys don't know what that is. Young people don't know what that is, you little spoiled mugs. Black and white TV. Then I went to color TV. Black and white TV to a color TV. Then a color TV to something else. We didn't want no flat screens back then. Wasn't no LCDs. What does LCD stand for? Liquid Crystal Display. What kind of TVs did we have back then? CRT. What does CRT stand for? Stand for cathode ray tube. Tubes. TVs were tubes. They were tubes. Filaments, tubes, and okay. Cathode ray tube was a big giant tube. That was your TV. Okay, phosphorus, all this stuff moving around in the tube. But we don't want to talk about that. We don't go into that because it don't exist anymore. But knowing about it, learning about it in electronics, I had to learn about that. I had to learn about tubes back then because that was the big thing back then, tubes. You have to learn about the current technology. And later on, we went into solid state technology and transistors. Okay, you went from tubes to transistors and transistors into integrated circuitry, into chips. Okay, now we deal with chips. And chips may not even be the next generation of technology. I'm thinking in my head, it's going to be liquid chips. It's going to be not liquid chips. I'm thinking about another name. It's going to be a different type of conduction, but it won't be like a chip. It can be like no, I ain't gonna get into that. Anyway, So when I went back to my years as a teenager, my years of learning about video, audio and video, I thought about anything that related to that. Atari. Atari was a video game that we had back in the day. Not like no PlayStation 5. We didn't have no PS5. Okay, we had Atari. Atari was like whatever it cost back then. It might have been $70 for the whole unit. I don't know what it cost back then, but I didn't even have an Atari. You know, we were so, yeah, we I ain't gonna say we were poor. We just got to the point. That's not. I didn't even have Atari. We used to go and play the games at Sears and Roebuck. You guys ever heard of that? Sears and Roebuck. You guys don't call it Sears and Roebuck. You call it Sears. And that store went out of business too. Sears, Woolworths, Mervyn's, all them stores went out of business. But we used to go and play in the store. Play our video games in the store. The little ping pong games. Beep, 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 beep. It was just like a little dot to just go back and forth with no high-end graphics. You little spoiled mugs out there. Want to play, what you guys playing? Fortnite. Playing Fortnite with all them fantastic graphics and all this other stuff. We didn't have all that. We just had a little light that just beep, 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 Pong. Beep, Pong. Pong was very popular back then. Pong. And later on it got into higher graphics. And now you got Donkey Kong. No, Donkey Kong. That's way later. But what was that game where you used to go in the little maze? Hey, can't think of it now. Pac-Man. Okay? Anyway, I went back to my video days. I went back to my teenage days and I said, hey, I need to find something, reference something. I need to find something I can grab onto and be able to put on my resume about video and audio. Video and audio. Audio and video. What do I have? Atari. I went all the way back to Atari. And I studied it. What kind of output did it have? Was it composite? Was it component? Was it HDMI? What kind of output? How did I hook the Atari up to my television? It was called RF. You guys don't know nothing about that, you little spoiled mugs. It was an RF cable. Coaxial. RF, coaxial. Same thing they hook up the cable boxes with. Okay? Got the coaxial cable that comes out of the ground and then it goes into your box, into your wall, out of your wall, and now you can plug all your other stuff up, your HDMI and all your other stuff. But coax, had to learn that. RF frequency. Had to learn about all that. So I went back to that. Then once you get that, then the next signal is called composite. Composite signal. Yeah, we're talking about the yellow, red, and white. That's audio though. Okay, your red and white is audio. Oh wow, it's audio. Wow, it's audio. So I got audio and I got video. Red and white is audio. Video is yellow. Red and white is audio. Video is yellow. Red and white is audio. Video is yellow. What is that called? Composite signal. Nobody says composite signal. They just say, man, I need some RCA jacks. RCA cords, RCA cables, RCA is the only thing that everybody knows. And that's fine. But when you're going for a job, you don't want to talk about RCAs. You want to say composite. That's the signal flow. That's the name. Okay? So, did I plug up RCAs to my Nintendo system? Yes. If I plugged up RCAs to my Nintendo system, that was composite. So I went back to that. Did I have a VCR back in the day? Yes, I did. That's called composite. VCR took RCAs. TVs had RCAs, in and outputs. Okay? So you have to learn to say that, to put that on your resume. So, yes, I work very often with composite signals. Okay? It can just be a sentence that you put on your resume. I work frequently with composite signals. I work often with composite signals. I have worked, I'm working currently right now with composite signals. Okay? However you want to say it. Just give you an idea. Then the next level up is red, green, and blue. Whatever order you want to say it in. It could be green, blue, and red. Red, green, and blue. I think it's red, green, and blue. Or it might be red, blue, green. Whatever order. That's called component. And that's just a video signal. It's not an audio signal. You still need the red and white. So you have red and white for audio, and then you have red, green, and blue, or green, blue, and red, whatever order you want to put it in. That's called a component signal. A component signal is going to give you a higher level of video. It's more separate. Okay, it's separating the RGB. Yeah, that's the order. RGB. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. RGB. 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 Red, green, and blue. That is a higher level of video. Have you ever had to hook up a TV that had red, green, and blue to a Blu-ray player or a DVD player or anything like that? That's component. If you have ever had to do that, I think the Xboxes used to have that too. The Xboxes used to have a red, green, and blue. And the old PlayStations, I think. So, that's component. If you ever hooked up an old PlayStation or old Xbox to a TV, and they had the red, green, and blue cables, usually a lot thicker and stuff too sometimes, you get a better signal than the composite. Composite was the weak signal. RF was the weakest signal. RF is the beginning. RF, coax cable hooking into your TV, and now you got a little ping pong game, whatever you got. That was the weakest signal. Then the next signal was better, which was RCAs, and then it was more of a direct contact. And then RCAs, which is the yellow, red, and white. That was a better signal. Then it went from the yellow, red, and white to the RGB, red, green, and blue, and the red and white, because you had to have audio and video mixed together. Same thing with composite. You had audio and video mixed together. Same thing with component. You have audio and video mixed together. With coax, everything's all in one. Okay? Now we don't use any of those anymore, unfortunately, because of the technology. Now we use HDMI. HDMI, what does that stand for? What does it do? It combines that. It takes that RGB signal, because that RGB signal was a better signal. And it used to be S-Video too. S-Video was another connector that only carried video, but it was very, very good. It was better video than the RCAs. So S-Video is a different connector that was a lot better than composite. I don't think it was too much better, but it was supposedly better. Yeah, whatever. So you had S-Video. That's another whole thing. But just remember, learning the terms, and I don't want to go too deep on you guys. This is just bro life. I'm just reflecting back on what I had to do in order to improve my resume. And in order to improve myself, I had to learn. So, a lot of these things I had learned, over years of just, doing the thing, setting up things and hooking up things. But, learning the words and the terms that will help you in life if you are trying to achieve a goal of a position in a company or whatever. And that's the thing that people are not gravitating towards, is learning what they need to learn. Okay? And sometimes you already know the things that you need to know for that position, but you don't think you're able to get that position because sometimes, you're thrown off by the language. So it's about learning the language. And I'll talk about this too. When you're building a resume for a company that you're trying to get into, and sometimes you need to look at the company and you need to figure out what the company's talking about. You got to know the language. So their requirements for their position needs to be analyzed. And that's what I've always done. If you say, hey, this job requirement, minimum requirement 2 years in this and a year in this and that, learn what those requirements are and try to match the requirements. Not just match them. Sometimes I can You know, they say you can be overqualified for a position, and that's true. You can, but if you can be overqualified for a qualified position, but you have to still know how to communicate with the interviewer, whoever's interviewing you, because that can make a big difference. Even if you're overqualified, you can still get your foot in the door, and you can make, you know, who knows, you may become management in that position later on or something. The position that you're applying for may not be the right position for you, but for right now, it might be the right position because you're trying to get your foot in the door. But later on, you could be manager of that company, you could be CEO of that company, you could be whatever. So understanding the language is very important, and qualifying yourself for the position requires some studying as well. You don't just apply for a position and say, okay, I'm going to get that position, man. I think I can get it, man. No. Study and find out what that position pertains to as much as possible in depth. I didn't have those resources back then. We didn't have the resources to be able to study all this stuff. We had to figure it out, you know, when we got the position. And that's what I had to do in some jobs. I had to learn. You learn, they call it on the job learning, right? On the job training. And you're going to be trained. Most of the time, they're going to train you anyway. But some positions require you to have some training that is going to, you know, so you can keep that position. Because if you don't have enough training, you know, they're going to let you go. They can be on what do they call it, a probation thing, 90 days per day probation, 3 months, or whatever, you know. So it's best to learn if you can even do that position. Like, I'm not going to apply to be a doctor. I'm not going to apply for a doctor's position or a heart surgeon because I don't have any training in that, and I don't want to do that. And I'll be probably lousy at that because that's not what I want to do. So I'm not going to apply for that. I'm not going to apply for fast food anymore. You know, I used to work fast food. I'm not going to apply for that. Yeah, I used to be good back in the day. I was flipping around and doing all kinds of stuff. I told you about Bro Life when I was doing all that stuff. Yeah, that was great back then, but no. Man, I'd had a heart attack in there trying to do that stuff. So you have to apply for something that you're able to do, and some things you're going to be trained in, of course, and you don't know where you're gonna land. Like, I didn't know I was going to be good at fries. I didn't know I was going to be good at burgers and putting that stuff together. I know I was going to be good at being an auto mechanic or what do you call it, auto dismantler. I didn't know I was able to do all that stuff, but you learn. All the jobs I had to learn. Even as an audio-visual technician, I came in, boom. Yeah, I built my resume, but I had to learn. Had to learn the procedures. Had to learn how to, you know, when you're working in a company, how to separate the audio in the room and the lights, and they call it matrixing the lights, and learn the AMS systems, the automatic systems to control what's in the room, the receiver and everything from the iPad. Everything's controlled not from iPad. It was controlled from the AMX controllers. To learn all that and how to control the different rooms and how to separate them and separate the lights. And you got panels everywhere in the hotels. You got all this kind of stuff you have to learn. And you have to learn where all the rooms are. All the rooms are named a certain name, you know. When I worked at Mandalay Bay, you got Trade Winds, and you got Trade Winds A, and you got all the different rooms, Coral and Corel. I can't remember all the rooms now, but I used to know all the rooms and what levels they're on. You got 3 different floors of rooms. Now there's even more. I think they added more. So that's part of Bro Life. Knowing where you got to go, Bayside, Shoreline. You know, all these different places where you're setting up for your shows, and what do you need to take? You got to take equipment, you know, and how you're going to take the equipment and how you're going to transport it. It's just a lot of stuff to know. But you won't know all this on your first day. You are not going to know all this. So training is very, very crucial. I worked at Mandalay Bay Encore Production for 7.5 years, so I had to definitely learn something, and I had to do my job, to be efficient. So I worked in we set up stuff in restaurants. What do they call that? What's that place? I can't remember it anymore. Mandalay Place or something like that. We used to set up in restaurants. We used to set up sound systems, video systems, you name it, projection systems, video walls, and I'm sure they set up even more now. So learning is very important, and that's why we go back to Bro Life. Here we are, 2021, bro life, quarantine. I'm sitting here in the car chilling. I should be getting some sleep. What time is it? Yeah, we're going to get ready. 12:25. I've been talking for, over an hour. Yeah, this is some serious bro life. So we're going to go ahead and probably end this segment of bro life. I don't want to keep you guys up too long. It's a new day today. Dang, it's the 19th now. September the 19th. I was saying the 18th. Yeah, Sunday the 19th, 2021. I'm your boy Tony from Cali, keeping it real. It's 12:26 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to get some shut-eye. And I just want to say I love you guys out there. Once again, bro life. Bro life. You can achieve anything that you want to achieve, but you have to really study. Okay? It takes a little studying and it takes some effort. You know, you want to be a doctor? You got to study for that. Okay? You can't just go in there and think you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. You got to study. But don't get discouraged out there. This is going out to everybody. Don't get discouraged. I just want to say, you know, you have to use your resources. Go back and think about what you're able to do. Think about what you've done and apply yourself. I did that. I went back to when I was 16, 17 years old, maybe even younger. I looked at what I enjoyed. I looked at what I was into, and I studied and I learned the terms and I applied everything. Now everything is changing. The connectors are changing. It went from the iPhone, some lightning to whatever. Everything's changing. They call it lightning connectors. You got to remember, you got to know the terms. Don't just go in there and say, I need an iPhone cable. I need an iPhone cable. I want to work here at Apple. I want to be an Apple genius. And what they call them at the Genius Bar. I want to be an Apple genius. I need an iPhone cable. And then next thing you know, you're trying to apply for that job. And they say, what is that? That's an iPhone cable. No, learn the terms. Lightning connector. It's a lightning connector. Learn that. Learn what the lightning connector does. You know, USB. People don't know what USB stands for. What does USB stand for? Very common. Do you know what USB stands for? I'm just going to pause for a minute. Do you know what USB stands for? USB. Think about it. You don't know what it stands for. Bro Life knows what it stands for. Ask Bro Life what USB stands for. Are you ready? USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. Okay? Learn your terms. HDMI. What does HDMI stand for? I'll wait. Like Cat Williams used to say, I'll wait. I'll wait. What does HDMI stand for? I'll wait. That's Cat Williams. You don't know, do you? I'm going to say it again. What does HDMI stand for? I'll wait. You don't know. Okay. HDMI stands for high definition multi-interface. Did y'all hear that? High definition multi-interface. Remember that. Okay. That's enough of me scolding you guys out there. But I'm just saying, this is Bro Life. I keep it real. Learn your terms or whatever you're trying to get into. If you're trying to get into the medical field, you better learn the medical terms. Those medical terms is pretty, man, I don't know how they say that, all that. But yeah, it's pretty deep, you know. And like I said, for the people that don't know who I am, I haven't told you guys who I am in a while. But this is Bro Life. But the real title of what I do for a living, or used to do for a living, is computer animation, three-dimensional holographic digital video broadcast special effects engineer / senior audiovisual telecommunications specialist / broadcaster, not broadcaster, broadcaster, not broadcaster, broadcaster, not broadcaster of my reality show. Born in 1963, all in HD. HDTV stands for Helping People TV, Handicap Production, Homeless Production, and many more productions coming your way. Okay? Now I had to memorize that because that's what I'm a part of. I'm a part of all that. Everything I just told you guys. So that's who I am. That's what I'm about. And once again, this is Bro Life 2021. Bro Life 2021 is where we do our show from the vehicle. We sit here in the vehicle. We talk to you, you know, late at night. It doesn't matter what time, but we talk to you and we tell you about what's going on in life, what we went through, some of the things we went through, some of the hard things we went through, and then some of the things that we're going through now. So I do pray. I pray, and I believe that, I believe in God, and I believe God's got something for all of us, and He's taking care of all of us, So that's what I'm, I'm very spiritual in that way. You may not have the same belief. That's okay. But this is bro life, and I have the right to believe in whatever I want to believe in. Okay, so I'm keeping it real. But I've had so many achievements in my life that people don't understand. And when a lot of times they look at you and they say, well, what are you doing now? And where are you now? I don't worry about what people think or how they may judge me. I just try to be real. I just try to keep it real. And I cannot please everyone out there. I would love to please everyone out there, but that's not going to happen. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that are not pleased, and some people are going to be okay. So, but I will tell you this. Remember this. Don't hate. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Donate. We do have a Cash App in place. This is Bro Life. I'm keeping it real. So you can Cash App me at any time. I'm in a place in my life where, I'm okay, but I'm not where I think I should be. I'm not where I want to be. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. One of the reasons right now, I'm taking care of my mom and making sure she's okay. And that's why I'm here, And I can't do everything that I would like to do right now because it just wouldn't be right. Sometimes you got to sacrifice. So I'm sacrificing a lot of my life right now to help my mom and help my dad and things like that, because my dad is blind. My mom is can't walk right now, can't do anything, and it's just really, it's really tough right now. So like I tell you guys, don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, donate. I can tell you about my life. I can tell you about things I've done. I can tell you about my achievements. I can tell you about the peak of where I was and, financially and all that kind of stuff. But, I still wasn't happy. And that's one of the things that I try to emphasize is that, no matter where you are financially, no matter what you have, and you have to be happy inside. I'm happy inside. I'm very happy inside. So I may not be the most financial happy person around. I don't have millions of dollars or anything like that, but I'm happy with what I got. And if you guys want to donate, please do that. Cash at me. $Tony McDo. $Tony McDo. If you like any of this stuff I'm telling you, I've been talking with you guys for a while. This is we're going to call this we call it Bro Life, but it's Bro Life. It's not live because you guys are going to get this a little later. I'll probably put this in the, I guess I'll put this video out today. I'll put it out today, Sunday, but it's not live, but you're getting information. And like I said, if this information helps you, I think that's the most important thing. It's about content. It's not about, the resolution, whether it's 4K or 8K or anything like that. It's about the information that's being put out. And I try to put out this information as truthful as possible and let you guys see, some of the things that I went through. And hopefully, if you have any questions, we can go from there. But, I'm just wanting to say that I love people. I love helping people. And if this is the way that I can do it by sitting here in the car and giving out information, then that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So with that note said, I think we're going to end this session. And I love you guys out there. Once again, peace and love. Don't hate. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. This is part 3 of Bro Life. We're going to try to do this a little bit more. I'm going to try to give you guys more of the stories that's going on in my life. More about the job situation. Try to help you guys get jobs. Try to help you, build your resume. You might have questions on what you might want to put on your resume. This is just a little spark there to kind of tell you, think about it. Think about what you've done. Think about what you want to do. Think about where you're trying to go. And you'll get there. You'll get there. You definitely will get there. But think about it and work towards it. Okay? So I love you guys out there. Once again, peace and love. I love everybody out there. Okay? Don't hate. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Donate. $. Tony McDew. TonyMcDew. We're going to put that in the description. If we haven't already put it in there, we probably already put it in there from the editing. $ Tony McDew. Don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, donate. And I got to get some shut-eye. I love you guys. Sunday morning, 2021. Today is the 19th. And we are out. Hey everybody, your boy Tony for Cali. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, beautiful day today. Today is Sunday, the 19th, I believe. Sunday the 19th, 2021. This is Bro Life. Once again, continuation. Yeah, we got a little sleep. Feel pretty good. Went in the house, used the restroom a little while ago. Well, actually about an hour ago, I used the restroom. And I just came back out here. This is Bro Life, keeping it real. The sun's that came up and everything. Feels pretty good. I got a different perspective. You can see the car a little bit more. You know, might be looking a little junky in here, but who cares? This is Bro Life. And once again, unscripted, bam, bringing it to you in 1080p, not 4K, none of that, just 1080p. And we this is Bro Life, keeping it real. So, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody out there that watched Bro Life number 1, 2, or 3, whatever you watched. Hopefully this is an insight. This is a new series of Bro Life, of what's happening, what has happened in my life. Hopefully I can pass a little bit of that over to the younger generation out there and help you guys out there in your endeavors to do things in life. Okay? This is more of a motivational kind of a motivational thing here. And I'm not an expert. I haven't done a whole lot of great, fantastic things, you know. So don't try to put me up on a pedestal or nothing like that. You know, I've had my flaws. I've made mistakes. I used to gamble. I used to do a lot of different things. And, you know, not proud of everything that I've always done. But I feel like, you know, we all have things that we're not maybe proud of, but at the same time, you know, we can help others. Okay, it's about helping other people. Sometimes you may not be able to help them financially. You might be able to help them just by encouraging words. You know, maybe I can help someone out there by encouraging them to do better in life. You know, and give them some kind of direction. You know, that's what this is all about. Bro Life is about that. I just got to talking to one of my buddies a little while ago, and we was talking about the videos and stuff. And I said, you know, these videos are going to be a little longer, but that's okay because it's not for everybody. If you're just tuning in just to get entertained, that's what this is not about. This is not about that. This is about, you know, expressing yourself. And like I said, I'm expressing myself. I'm actually hopefully helping someone out there that maybe have went through some things. Maybe you used to gamble. Maybe you were homeless. Maybe, you know, you went through a lot. You couldn't find a job right now. Whatever the situation is, maybe some of the things that I'm saying right now will help you. So that's what this is all about. That's what Bro Life is about. Okay? And it helps me too. Therapeutic. It helps me to speak about things that I've experienced. You know, I'm kind of flashing back and, you know, I'm kind of remembering things and I'm going, wow, that was funny. That was real crazy. But it's helping me too because you're letting it out. You're letting out some of the things that maybe you never let out before, you know. So I'm telling you guys stories just like Charlie Murphy stories, not to be so entertaining, but at the same time, like I said, to help, you know, soothe the soul. Okay. So Bro Life, once again, that was Bro Life episode number 3. This is, I don't know if we're going to add this to that, but this is the morning after, or I should say, you know, it was around the same time, but now we're looking at, let's see what time it is right here. Try to keep everything accurate as possible. I know it's after 7 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. So it's 7:52. You guys can see that on my phone. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe you can. Keeping it real. Oh, did my phone go dim? It's 7:52 right now. Try to keep everything as real as possible. And yeah, Sunday, September the 19th, 7:52, almost 8 o'clock. So I wanted to kind of end the series and let you guys know what's going on. not in the series, but in this episode, I should say. This is Bro Life number 3. I've done so far 3 of these. And first one was based on, I guess, my high school years, my girlfriend that later on became my wife. That was Bro Life number 1. And then Bro Life number 2 was about, I can't remember. Anyway, you guys just look them up. We got 3 episodes so far. This is the 3rd episode. And like I said, they're going to be a little lengthy in time. You know, I can't, you can't say everything you want to say in 5 minutes. This is not no commercial. It's not no infomercial. It's not no bromercial. It's not none of that. I used to do bromercials too. That's another whole thing. And, you know, marketing, whenever you're marketing, you come out with different names for different things. Like I say, broadcasting. Broadcasting is vlogging. Broadcasting is podcasting, whatever you want to call it. That's what broadcasting is. I just came up with broadcasting a long time ago, before a lot of this stuff came out. And I've been broadcasting, like I said, I've been broadcasting since the 80s. I think since 1978, 79, I've been broadcasting, okay? And we didn't have no screen to look at. We didn't have anything to look at. We just looked at a camera and said, hey, bam, turn it on, let it rotate. Broadcasting. So, anyway, we're going to end this segment. I just wanted to tell you guys, I love you guys out there. Peace and love. Once again, don't hate, don't wait. Donate, okay? Don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't hesitate. Donate. $ Tony McDo. I'm trying to get some things done right now. I just currently moved a lot of my equipment over to a storage unit. So I have everything in storage right now. And I need your help. I need your help, really, keeping it real. You know, I'm on the... Everybody's on a little struggle. I don't really want to call it a struggle. I want to call it more of an adventure. But everybody needs help. So whatever you can do to help out the production. It's not really a production anymore. It's actually, I'm putting together a Brozim. I told you guys about that. A Brozim. I've invested a lot of, you know, my money and a lot of time in research and everything, gathering the cameras, equipment. You wouldn't believe some of the equipment I have. I think I got almost as much as I used to have, almost. I've been out here for a while now, so I've been out here for like a year. So I've gathered up a lot of stuff. I've got people that donated things, and I've got stuff that, you know, I got off from the thrift store and eBay, and it's just crazy. I had to actually get a storage unit, and I've got like a 10 by 10. Got to pay for that. So if you can help out, let me know. I need your help. I want to get some storage racks. They call them muscle racks, storage racks, whatever they are. They got them at Walmart, and they're kind of pricey there. If anybody wants to donate some racks or something, let me know. I got a vehicle to go and pick it up. I'm in the truck right now, the F-150. I like to get some racks so that I can put the cameras on the racks and we can display them all out. Not just cameras, but I got computers and things too. And what I'm doing, I'm putting together what I told you guys before, the Brozim. The Brozim is now being created, okay? But you have to have, I had to have product. I had to have product in order to create the Brozim. So I need your help. As I say, if you can help, donate. Please donate, okay? You want to donate whatever you can. $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever you can donate to help me get this thing going. I've already invested a lot of time, and I just need some help. This is Bro Life. I'm keeping it real. At the same time, we're going to be giving you guys Bro Life information. Not every day, not every night, but I'm going to give you guys, you know, randomly, we're going to give you guys updates on what's going on, okay? And right now, I'm taking care of my mom. I got to get back in here and take care of my mom right now. Like I said, it's almost 8 o'clock. So I already went in there, checked on her already a couple times, and I'm monitoring her also right now from the vehicle. This is just a time when I'm able to kind of take a break, relax for a minute, kind of get away from everything, and think, or either take a nap or something, you know. But I've got to get back in there and take care of mom. Got to go back in there and take care of dad. And I need your help. Okay, so if you guys can definitely donate, cash at me, $ Tony McDo. I forgot to say that. I'll probably put that in the description. We're going to put it in the description. We're just going to just leave it there because I forget to tell you guys this stuff sometime. Yes, cash app, $ Tony McDo. The GoFundMe, I used to have a GoFundMe thing. don't send anything through GoFundMe because I don't have access to that anymore. And all it is just a waste of time, and you'll send the money and then they'll send it back to you. So it's not even worth doing the GoFundMe thing, okay? I may set up another GoFundMe or something later on, or Indiegogo or Kickstarter or something like that, but don't worry about the GoFundMe. The Cash App is more efficient, so if you can do it through your Cash App, that's great. You want to do a Walmart to Walmart, let me know. You want to do Walmart to Walmart, I guess I could accept that too. I haven't done that in a while. I used to say Walmart to Walmart all the time. People used to help me out through Walmart to Walmart. So just try the Cash App. That's more efficient right now. $5, $10, $20, whatever you can send. I definitely do appreciate it, and I appreciate the love. And I want to share more stories with you. As far as the people that have been in the gambling environment, I want to also be a blessing to you in that area too. So if you've gambled and you want to know how to stop gambling, and you want to, I'm not an expert on how to stop gambling, but if you want some information and you want some help, let me know. Maybe I can help you. I hope I can help you. That's the goal. That's why I made the gambling video a long time ago, because Las Vegas Journal came to me and they said, hey, I think this is going to help a lot of people. And I was like, I was embarrassed, but I was like, you know what? Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. So that's where that video came from. Las Vegas Journal, they came in and they interviewed me, and I gave them my footage, and I put all the footage together, and I was like, hey, this is what, if you say it's going to help somebody, great. And I ended up losing my job, basically, based on that, okay? I lost my job. I lost a lot of things based on that. But like I said, it's not about me. It's about sometimes helping other people. And I've had other jobs. So I lost that job, but I got another job after that later on. And, I've had other jobs. So I can't go back and sometimes it's not meant to be at one job forever. I tell people this all the time. It's not to be at one job for 20 years or 30 years. In the old days, yeah, that was the way that we grew up, and then we thought that was the way of life. And when you lost a job, you were really depressed, especially if you were there for a long time. But I got to the point where, a job is a job, okay? So with that all said and done, this is my new job. My new job is building the Brozim, is communicating with everybody, vlogging, if you want to call it vlogging, broadcasting. This is my new job. And my new job, it might not pay a lot of money right now, but it's not about the money. It's about, like I said, it's about helping people. And that's why I say, if you guys want to donate, please donate, because that will definitely help me, help my channel, and that type of thing. I had a YouTube channel. It's not, I don't have millions of followers and subscribers or anything like that. But if you want to subscribe, you can also subscribe to the channel. That would definitely help, I guess. And comment and like, and I guess that's what they say. I think that my comments are turned off right now. I got to find out. They said something about my comments are turned off because it's under the children. I got it set up for children too, because I try to keep it, I want to keep my channel going. So I don't want to put something on there that's going to flag me. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. I got to find out. But anyway, if you can't comment, you can at least donate. Don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, donate. And you can comment when you donate. So I'm going to end this. I love you guys. I got to get back in there now. I'm sure it's 8 o'clock. Yep, it's 8:01. I got to get in the house, take care of moms, take care of dad. We're going to try to give you guys more information, keep you updated, that type of thing. And I love you guys. So peace and love. And once again, don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, donate. I love you guys. Tony McDo, and we out.